if you've ever spoken to a health and fitness professional, just sat across from them at a table discussing what you're looking for in a health and fitness program, you've been asked this question: what are your goals? And I'm here to tell you, I've been in this industry now going on 5 years, going on 3 years as an entrepreneur and business owner. And it's the same answer 99.9% of the time. And it's to lose weight, build muscle, and feel healthy, feel better. And I'm not dispelling those as goals in any way, shape, or form. That was the exact same answer I gave when I sat across from that one health and fitness professional who helped change my life. Because really, when we don't know what we don't know. And frankly, all we really know when it comes to health and fitness is I'm heavy, I want to lose weight, I've lost muscle definition, I want to build some of that back up. And I just want to feel like I'm young again. I want to be able to get up out of this chair without moaning and groaning in 16 different ways. I want to be able to get out of bed without feeling like I've just been run over by a bus. But here's one thing, that if you stick to a health and fitness program and remain on your journey day after day long enough, you'll discover that losing weight, gaining muscle, feeling better about ourselves, those are merely the vehicle to get you to where you truly want to be. Now, where is that? You might know that. It might be buried deep down inside and you really don't feel comfortable or confident enough yet to discuss that. Certainly say it out publicly for others to hear. Or you may not even know. I can tell you this much. Looking back on my experience starting 13 years ago, if that coach or anyone else had looked me in the eye and said, you're going to become a health and fitness coach, you're going to leave corporate America and working for someone else, even after many, many years, and you're going to start a business of your own. You're going to go out on your own and build a brand and a name for yourself. I'm here to tell you unequivocally, I would have laughed in that person's face, because there was no way I could conceive of a world where I wasn't simply told to do the job to the best of my abilities, and then get a paycheck every 2 weeks as a reward. That's the way I grew up. You got a job, you worked hard, you took care of your family, you did right by your family, you did right by your employer, you were loyal, and you gladly accepted that paycheck every 2 weeks, and you gladly and understood why you didn't get a raise for the umpteenth year in a row. That's how it was for me at my last job, and I won't name the place because they're great people, and there's still people there that I worked with that are great people working hard. But I didn't get a raise for the last 10 years I was there. Now, if you know me and you know where I came from, you know where it is, but I'll leave that up to you. But I didn't get a raise for the last 10 years I was there. What I made I'm trying to do the math now in my head, what I made back in 2018 is exactly the same as I made back in 2008. And I didn't know any better. That's the way I thought life worked. That's the way I thought the business world worked. But then when I started on my transformational journey and saw myself accomplishing things that I never in my wildest dreams thought I would, it inevitably got me thinking, well, if I can accomplish this, what else can I accomplish? And I'm not just talking about in health and fitness, I'm talking about in my personal life, in my professional life. And I realized that there was more to me than I originally thought. And forget about the whole glass ceiling mantra, that's a bunch of crap. I'll be honest with you. The only glass ceilings are the ones we place on ourselves. So there's no reason to be crashing through a glass ceiling if we don't put one there in the first place. So suddenly, as I'm going through this process, and I worked with this coach for about a year and a half, and I realized as I'm working out in the gym and I'm being consistent and I'm getting results, now other people are starting to see the results. They see one day I was heavy, and then a month and a half later, I was thinner than I was when I was even in high school. So people would start asking me questions. People were trying to pick my brain as to why I'm doing this exercise or why I'm doing that exercise. They wanted to know what I did, what I was doing, how long I'd been doing it. And I saw them starting to come back more and more, asking more and more questions. A lot of the same types of questions that I would ask people that were in that situation, who were much further along in the process than I was. Script had flipped. Now I don't want to say the expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I was the one that some people came to for advice, for a little bit of knowledge here and there. So when it came time to decide what I wanted to do next after I left the newspaper industry, or before I left the newspaper industry, what I wanted to do once I left, I realized, well, duh. What's been my passion for the last year and a half? Well, of course, health and fitness. And as grateful as I was to my coach for helping me transform my life, I discovered, well, I like to help people. Regardless of what it is, I like to help people. And I've gained a little bit of knowledge along the way about health and fitness, at least in how it pertains to me. So why not combine my passion with an opportunity at a new livelihood, at a new career, and be able to help people like I enjoy doing? All of a sudden, along the way, you're thinking these things, and all of a sudden, they sound like way more than a pipe dream. They sound like an opportunity to challenge yourself to do better, to do more, to push the envelope, if you want to use an overused cliche, to be able to really get a sense of, what am I able to accomplish? How much have I been shortchanging myself to this point in time in my life? So your goals start to shift. And in many cases, they have very little to do with your personal health and fitness, because I'm here to tell you, we're not just looking to lose weight. We're not just looking to gain muscle and feel better. There's a reason behind that for all of us. And that reason is different for me than it would be for you. But we all have our reasons. It might be to look better to the opposite sex. It might be as simple as being able to take off my shirt at the beach and feel confident in the way I look if I'm a guy, or wear a bikini if you're a woman. It might be to just build that level of confidence to go after something you really want, but you don't feel like you're capable of doing. You don't look at yourself in a way and say, yes, I'm capable of accomplishing that. It's amazing when you take control of one aspect of your life, your health and fitness, how you suddenly start to gain the confidence to take control of other aspects of your life. And that's what I was able to do, to uproot my family and move them to a place that we never lived to a place that we didn't really know anyone, to begin a career that I had no experience in up to that point. You have to have that level of confidence, that level of belief in yourself. And that developed during that year-plus long process of losing weight gaining muscle, and feeling better about myself. So it's amazing how much your goals shift. I tell every last one of my clients, whether they're new or they've been working with me for a while. And I have clients that have worked with me upwards of going on 5 years now. Your goals will change over time. They inevitably do. They will become less and less about your health and fitness. They inevitably do. Use it as a vehicle. Use it as a vehicle to springboard yourself to greater heights. After 26 years in the newspaper industry, feeling that I had really plateaued in life, personally and professionally, it was time to take that chance. So as I moved forward, I was working for a gym, my very first job in the industry for 3.5 years. Over time, I started having those same thoughts. Well, do I want to just work for someone else still? Wasn't the whole idea to go out on my own, to not have to have somebody tell me what to do, not have to rely on someone else to provide me a paycheck to support my family? Wasn't the whole idea to be able to do this on my own 2 feet?